I cured my restless leg syndrome by just using water, and I'm going to tell you how. So I suffered from restless leg syndrome for about 20 years. The worst was throughout my pregnancies. I've had 3 children. But after my 3rd child, they really continued to get worse and worse and worse. So much so that I was only getting about 2 hours sleep a night, and no magnesium, iron, supplements was doing anything. I even went to the doctor, which was the last time that I did that. And they told me that I needed to take Parkinson's medication as it had become that bad. Probably one of my first truth movies was The Secret Life of Water, where I got introduced to Dr. Emoto's work, the rice experiment, and how water has memory or can hold memory. It is either living or it can be dead, depending on the life that it's currently lived. Although dead water then can be programmed into structured or living water. I also looked at Veda Austin's work, and from those 2 people, or those 2 pieces of work, I decided that I was going to try and program my own water. And I had the idea that I was using, well, my son also suffers from restless leg syndrome, and we'd often talk in the morning, did you have restless legs? And I really started to look at my language around this symptom or illness, restless. And I realized that I might have been creating my own symptoms just by the language that I was using. So I know how powerful water can be in healing. And so I decided to reverse it. And instead of restless, I decided to write restful legs. And every night I would fill up my distilled water or my filtered water and place it on the coaster for at least a few hours. And just before bed, I would drink it. More time was better. That I wouldn't experience restless legs. I would have a good night's sleep. My son too, we would do the same thing, and he also experienced the same results. My sister as well, I told her to give it a go, and she also experienced a restful sleep when programming her water. I decided then to buy a water bottle that I could take the bottom out. So I'll just show you what I did because it's a bit hard. So I now put a word in the bottom of my water. And I'm guessing, I don't really know too much about crystals, but I'm guessing too that they're going to supercharge this. But I'll just take these out and show you. So what I did was taking all these little crystals out. Oh, making a mess. And then what I could do, just on a piece of cardboard, I could write a word. So that says vitality. And I've just written it in yellow. Not quite sure why, but I thought it was fitting. And so I can interchange my disc in here and change it to whatever word that I want. Love, or if I'm experiencing any sort of, sickness or anything, I can change that up and put it in there and then supercharge it with my crystals. I just bought this for $20 from the green shop, and it's been probably one of my most amazing health revelations. So anyone experiencing restless leg syndrome, I know how incredibly frustrating it is and debilitating. So I'd invite you all to just give it a go. It costs nothing, and I just started actually just writing it on a piece of paper. So these I got 4 of these from Kmart for $4. But they might not have them anymore. But yeah, just a piece of paper, and just have a go at, you know, if you have a certain illness or you're just looking to, you know, structure or charge your water up. Just some really positive words like love or vitality or health can have really amazing healing and health benefits. And also, I'd encourage you all, if you're thinking this is a crock of BS, to look at Dr. Emoto's work and do the rice experiment. I'll put a link down there for some information around the rice experiment. I found it was such an amazing thing to do with the kids to illustrate the power of their words, not only to other people, but their internal words and what that was going to do to their body. We were blown away by what we saw after a month in the 3 different categories. We did a love category, a hate category, and an ignore one. The ignore one was actually the one that blew us away the most. So yeah, give it a go and let me know if you see any results. I'd love to know. Thanks.